Hello, welcome back to Visionary Fragrances. As I'm sure you're aware, we're having a heat wave right now in the UK. It's about 38, 39 degrees set out here. So I thought I would give you, or share my thoughts anyway, on 7 fragrances that would be great to wear in this heat wave or to take on vacation with you. I've gone through my collection and picked 7 that are going to work really well for this heat wave or for taking on vacation with you. Enjoy the video. We're going to go from the least expensive to the most expensive. So starting out, I suppose number 7 is going to be from Montblanc. This is Montblanc Legend Spirit. Now this is citrus, this is aquatic, it's musky, and the main notes for me anyway, are grapefruit in the opening, and you've got lavender in the mid, and there's a lovely clean white musk base note. So this for me is going to be a very good fragrance for these higher temperatures. It's a good all-round fragrance, to be honest. It's one that you can take with you to the gym. It's one that you can wear to the office, or even take to work with you and keep in your desk drawer or something like that. And because it's quite affordable, I think for this 200ml bottle I paid around £40, so it's very good value for money, and it means that you can take it with you, you can spray extra sprays. It doesn't particularly matter so much. You may have heard some rumours that this smells similar to the Paco Rabanne Invictus 2016, and it has got some similarities certainly. It's not exactly the same. The Invictus Acqua 2016 has a very juicy, beautiful yuzu note. This hasn't got that. This is more of grapefruit rather than yuzu, although they are similar fruits. And as I said, this is a lot more musky, whereas Invictus Acqua 2016 is not very musky. So this is a fantastic fragrance to wear during the high heat. It's a great one to have as a signature fragrance if you're looking for something that's really affordable. So number 7, Montblanc Legend Spirit. Number 6, a new one from Paco Rabanne. This is the new Invictus, brand new Invictus. This is Invictus Platinum. You have to forgive me, they're all wet because I've got them in a bowl of water to keep them cool, because I didn't want them out here in this almost 40-degree heat, because they might get damaged. So this is actually a really interesting release by Paco Rabanne, because it doesn't smell very similar at all to the original Invictus or the flankers that come after that. So the Invictus, the whole line is famous for a really kind of sweet, youthful bubblegum note, and this has been toned right back in this fragrance. So this is absinthe, this is grapefruit, it's mint, and in the base you get a patchouli note. So the sweetness is dialed right down and the freshness is amped right up. So for me, this is, at the moment, this is my favourite Invictus. It's not as juvenile as the previous line, and I think this can be worn by most ages. As you'll see as we go through this this list, there'll be a familiar note in a couple of these fragrances. That's mint. Really loving the note of mint at the moment. I find it very, very cooling in the high heat, and it's just a nice fragrance note to wear when you're really hot and you want to wear something that's going to cool you down. So this is an excellent choice for the summer. If you're going away on vacation, if you want something to wear during this heat wave that's going to cool you down, go for this. This is Invictus Platinum, and because of the eau de parfum concentration, it's got really good performance on my skin as well. So number 6, Invictus Platinum. Another relatively new release is going to be at number 5. This is from Hermes. This is H24. This was released in 2021. I remember very vividly when I first tried this at the airport soon after it was released, and I wasn't particularly impressed. I didn't understand the fragrance particularly. I thought it was so bland and boring, but my thoughts on that have changed a great deal over the last sort of 6 months or so. This is a perfect fragrance if you are wanting a new signature scent, or especially a signature scent for the spring and summer. This doesn't particularly work in the winter so well, but if you just want a clean fragrance to wear to the office, it certainly would. But for a fragrance you want to wear every day, spring and summer, that's versatile, that people are gonna smell on you, and you can wear to all occasions, this is definitely a great choice. This is very modern. I find this a very modern fragrance. It has a like a metallic note that smells like you know when you're doing the ironing and you press the steam and you get that steam in your face, the kind of the watery, the steam note. It kind of smells like that, but with a metallic element to it, so like sort of metallic steam, if that makes sense. It's very cooling, it's very refreshing, and it's just very, very clean and easy to wear. So I've always said that if I'm hungover, I don't always want to wear a fragrance, but if I did wear a fragrance, it would be this, because it's such an easy wear. It's not very challenging, it's just really refreshing, and it really helps you to feel relaxed in the heat. So number 5, a great release from Hermes. This is H24. In at number 4, and yes, another new release, this time from Armani, the new Acqua di Gio eau de parfum. This is by no means my favourite from the Acqua di Gio line. I think I prefer the Profondo and Profumo over this, but for high heat specifically, so in this weather, I would definitely reach for this over the others in the line that I actually prefer the smell of. This is a very green aquatic fragrance. You're going to expect it to be aquatic because of the name, but it hasn't got any particular fruitiness in it. It has a green mandarin note, but because it's a green mandarin, which means I suppose that it's not ripe, it's very clean and it's kind of bitter. Not clean, sorry, well, it is clean, but it's green. It's a green mandarin, so it's a very bitter note. It doesn't smell juicy. When you're looking at notes and you go, a mandarin, it doesn't smell like a juicy mandarin. It just smells very bitter, and it gives it this kind of green characteristic. I think this is perfect for specifically for the summer. I wouldn't really wear it in any other circumstance, only when it's really hot and I want something to cool me down. I still prefer, as I said, the Profumo and the Profondo in terms of the smell, but specifically for really hot weather, so in this heat wave, or if you're going to be going to the beach for a beach day, something like that, if you're going abroad on holiday, then I would certainly pack this in my suitcase. I think it's a great choice for those kind of weather conditions. And guys, just quickly while we're on these new fragrances, so the Invictus Platinum, this one, and the H24. Pause the video now and just let me know down in the comments what you think of these new releases, because fragrance companies are releasing fragrances all the time now. There's big flanker after flanker, and I'm really interested to hear your thoughts, if you actually enjoy them, or you prefer kind of just the older fragrances, or you prefer these designer companies to release just one every couple of years. Let me know right now. We're moving into the niche fragrances now, so this is going to be, I think, number 5. Yes, we've got 3 more to go. This is from Nishane, and this is called Ege or Ege. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but this is a fresh Nishane. Most of my Nishanes are heavy hitters. They are really kind of powerful, dense fragrances, but this and Heatwave are the 2 fresh ones I own. I actually prefer this to Heatwave. This also has mint. This is a green aromatic fragrance. This has mint, basil, and a beautiful yuzu note, which we touched on earlier in this review. And yuzu is a really kind of juicy grapefruit like note, and this works so well in this. So you spray this straight away and you get a beautiful fresh yuzu note with basil and mint. And we spoke about mint as well, and I'm really starting to enjoy mint in fragrances. As I say, this is a fresh Nishane, and it is I prefer this to Heatwave because I just love those blend of notes. I think for the summer, for the hot weather, those notes just work really well. I should also mention that this has cardamom in as well. When you've got just fresh notes in fragrances, they often need something in the base, like a musk, a sweet note like vanilla or tonka bean, or a spicy note, just to bind everything together and give it kind of some base structure. If you just had fresh notes, they would last about 10 minutes. So you need something just to round everything together and give it some kind of depth and some character, and that's what the cardamom does in this really well. You've got the fresh notes, the juicy, zesty yuzu note, and you've got the spicy cardamom to give it a really kind of interesting facet and some character. So guys, this is a fantastic choice for the summer. Looking for a fresh Nishane fragrance, look no further than Ege. I should also mention quickly, because of the cardamom note, this would be great to wear on a summer evening, because it's kind of it's sexy, it's spicy, and it's got some depth to it. This is not going to be just for the high heat, just for the daytime wear. This is going to be great for the evening. Imagine you're on a summer vacation, you are walking along the beach, you go into a beautiful restaurant for some seafood and a cocktail. If you're wearing this, you are going to smell like $1 million. This is an unbelievable fragrance for that situation, so I would recommend this highly for summer vacations. Now, it doesn't get much better than this, to be honest. If you're looking for a fresh fragrance, this is one of the best fragrances out there. This is one I've spoke about previously a few times. This is Roja Elysium cologne. So I actually prefer this cologne line over the heavier parfum and more expensive parfum versions. These are usually around £230 for 100ml, still very expensive, but a lot cheaper than the parfum versions. This is a beautiful grapefruit, lemon, you've got white florals, you've got ambergris, but what Roja does, he normally builds so many notes into the fragrances that it's hard, and the blending is so masterfully done that you can't always smell individual notes. But I really get a white floral, grapefruit, a kind of salty ambergris. They're the sort of main notes I get, and this is a very fresh, very unique fragrance. I haven't tried anything exactly like this. This is just such a perfect kind of fragrance for the summer when you want something that's going to cool you down during a really hot day. I think Roja Elysium is just a fantastic choice. It's uber fresh, and as I said, it's unique and it is invigorating. In terms of performance, it's not going to be the strongest performing fragrance in this list especially, and in your collection. Depends on your skin. I usually get sort of 4 to 5 hours on this, but I've heard some people get more, and it is down to you whether you think that you want to spend £200 on a fragrance that doesn't perform that well. For me, it's not always the most important thing. I think sometimes high heat fragrances that you wear in the daytime don't need to be particularly strong performers as long as they smell unbelievable, which this one does. So I would always recommend trying this. Buy a sample. We sell samples at Visionary Fragrances. Go to a Harrods, go and try this and find out for yourself. So this is my second favourite for the summer, and we're going to move on to number one now. Now, number one is another expensive fragrance that doesn't necessarily perform that well, but the performance, as I said, is not always the most important thing when you're wearing these particular fragrances, and this one smells fucking beautiful. This is from Atelier de Versailles, and this is called Pomelo Riviera. The bottles of Atelier de Versailles are absolutely stunning, and as a kind of amateur photographer, I could call myself, I do like taking photos of these bottles. Now, this fragrance is such a realistic summer fragrance, and it's arguably the most realistic summer fragrance that I've actually tried. It's so beautiful. I've sprayed it on my skin now because I want to really get a feel for the notes so I can tell you. It's very zesty, so it's got a really kind of zesty lemon peel or grapefruit zest note in there that smells very unique and very, as I said, realistic, and it's also salty as well, so you get like a kind of a sea salt type vibe from this, which just adds to the summery vibe. I also get jasmine, which is like a white floral, and also some cedarwood as well. So this is, for me, the most realistic fragrance out of all these ones that we've just talked about. It just transports you to like a beautiful vacation spot. If you think of your ideal vacation spot, whether that's on the French Riviera, whether it's somewhere in Italy by the coast, this just transports you to exactly where you want to go. Now, when you spray this, what I want you to do is close your eyes, and you can just be transported to somewhere amazing. You can smell the grapefruit peel from the fruit stall. You can smell the sea from the sea air, and you can smell the jasmine from the growing fields slightly inland. It just transports you to a beautiful paradise, and that's how I feel when I try this fragrance. It's one that I'm going to wear a lot this summer. It's one I've just been really enjoying lately, and for this high heat, for this heat wave we're having in the UK, I would recommend you to wear this. Also, if you're looking at going on holiday this summer and you want to pack something with you that's going to just encapsulate that paradise vacation where you are, look no further. This is from Atelier de Versailles, and this is Pomelo Riviera. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments right now, what are your favourite hot weather fragrances, and what fragrance are you going to take on your next vacation? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in a few days with another video. Take care.